Well, I'll just turn up my thing on my microphone, and then you can adjust it again.
No, don't do anything right now. You're fine right now. Just a minute ago, you were too loud. For me. For everyone else, you're fine. But for my ears.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not the first negative feedback.
Okay.
So, what exactly is a prototype aranara?
So for context, aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tales that live in the forest.
We know this.
Yes, just
We've
fairy
been to their
tales.
secret
No-
city.
For the
Exactly.
store's 20th anniversary, we plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the aranara stories that kids know and love. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
What the hell are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I heard some like almost like you were blowing on top of a bottle or something.
No, that was my phone vibrating.
Throw
Sorry
it
about
off your
that.
fucking desk.
Okay.
I get so tired of hearing the boo boo.
Wait, you hear that often?
Yes, all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know you were hearing that. You could have
Ugh.
told me earlier.
I did mention it once before, and you're like, "Oh, it's my phone," and then nothing.
No, worse than that.
Well,
actually.
you should have been more forceful
quite
about it the
describe
first time.
Well, I
And
just
also not
was
very
now,
good with
so
kids. Maybe you could ask them for yourselves.
we'll ask the kids.
What's wrong with the prototype?
It's shit.
This is not an aranara. No way.
No way. No way, kids.
I've
But
read
yes
Uncle
way.
Tanger's aranara and the ill little fungus. It says that aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that. Toys do look better when they're round and chubby.
Like, come on.
Uncle Tanger said in aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This
Oh my
carving
god, I don't
is
like these
still
kids
lost and
though.
confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all. It's nothing like an aranara.
You don't like the kids?
I'm indifferent to these kids. They kind of seem like shits.
That's kids.
Ooh,
True.
didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easier said than understood.
Cassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh god.
A positive review.
Kind of?
That's a moderate review. Come
So I
on,
would
Paimon.
totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be an aranara.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
They didn't like it.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all? Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanger back from Gandharvaville yet?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger too. Who is he exactly?
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port Ormos. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something, and suddenly the children loved every one of his stories.
Well, that's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we saw just how popular the aranara are among children.
Well, you fucking
So it's
failed.
just a marketing
I asked Tanger
tactic.
for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned yet.
They died.
We were running out of time, so we had no choice
That would
but
be
to
bad.
carve an aranara based on our own imaginations.
Oh, those are bad imaginations.
As you can see, this was the result.
Oh, we have to do something. Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger in Gandharvaville?
I guess.
He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to write down his suggestions and bring his notes back to us, if you could. Please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And, of course, you'll be well compensated for doing us the favor.
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And also for our reward.
Nice, Paimon. Tacking it on at the end.
Yep, let's do it.
That's totally my only reason for doing this. To see the kids smile. Man, that thing does look sad now that I see it in the regular overworld. The perspective shots were being much more
And you're being loud again. Do you just like shift in your seat or something and get closer or farther away from the mic? Is that what's going on here?
I'm at the same distance at the moment.
Then it's just you projecting instead of not projecting.
Well, that could be.
Such great stories. Anyway, we're counting on you. Please find Tanger for us.
And this is the line to get the grass girl.
The grass girl? Don't call her that. What the hell?
What do you mean? Don't call her that.
What the fuck?
What do you?
The
What?
grass girl.
Find Dendro girl.
Everyone's a
technical about
Dendro
it.
girl here. Even
Not
Tanari
everyone.
is a Dendro girl.
Who's that?
Tanari is the guy, Fennec Fox guy.
Oh yeah, he's a Dendro girl.
Yeah, exactly. He's a Dendro waifu.
But grass girl, is it okay?
It's not.
Why not?
It's not okay because it's just not.
I'm not saying like she's doing a doobie or anything
Oh
like
God!
that.
See, this is why. This is why.
You know, like that cat that's coming in the new Pokemon. Everyone's like, yeah, it's the weed cat.
I like how it looks right now, but I need to know what the evolutions look like.
Oh
before
yeah,
I
a
pick
lot
anything.
of it hinges on the evolutions, because like it looks adorable, but there are people that have, I've done a decent amount of those where it's got like just a doobie in its mouth.
Well, I don't care about that.
So Tanger's supposed to be here in Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But how do we find him?
With our amazing skills.
Yes.
Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs? Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, what's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville? Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Razi. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville.
When
Yeah, they're
people
speaking
say
loud.
don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone.
Oh boy. He's lost.
Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it. Huh. That voice sounds familiar. I once heard it somewhere before. Oh, it's Collei! And a child who seems to be upset. Oh, let's go say hi.
And take that kid's candy.
Yeah. Hope it's a Hershey's
What?
or a Kit Kat.
What?
Said take the kid's candy.
Those are like candy bars, man.
Oh well, I'm fine. A Tootsie Roll.
Man, you picked the shittiest candy.
It's the first one that came to mind.
You just have chocolate on the brain.
Apparently.
Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings you here?
What brings us here? We're looking for a dude and his kid. I think you
Yeah.
found the kid.
Yes, we're just looking for the uncle now.
We heard your voice, so we thought
No,
we'd
it's
come
not
ask you for
Uncle.
help.
It's
Well, everyone
Dad.
else calls him uncle. Yeah, I know it's a kid's dad, but all the other
Seem
kids call him
kinda
uncle.
busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
What
Oh, I
sand?
hate when that happens.
We're in like
sand from the road. Come
we're in like
on.
the rainforest.
What a well-mannered child.
Ah.
There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right?
See, even Collei is on my side. You.
Oh, I wasn't not on your
Dumbass.
side, but like there could be sand on the trail.
It's dirt.
Well, that makes dust, which an uneducated kid could call sand.
This kid is perfectly educated.
Maybe.
That
That's
maybe
exactly why you
exactly.
have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Okay, he said
A
it,
tree
I didn't.
hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The aranara living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say.
Well, also like, it's a similar idea to like screaming out to the ocean if you're yelling into a tree hollow.
But yeah,
You just get your
Yes, it
worries
is.
out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
de-stress.
Maybe there really are aranara living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the aranara stories too?
Of course. I love them.
Oh, people who like aranara are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything.
Well, not really, but
Yeah.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad.
Amber.
Yeah, Amber, the ultimate.
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now? The forest is very dangerous, so how about we stick together?
They just use Collei to like hype Amber up even more.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow, Collei's so good with kids. Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of our forest ranger's duty.
And a very frequent part at that.
So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you?
We explain the stuff.
Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Ormos called Tanger. And he's here in Gandharville, looking for inspiration. Wait, when you say Tanger, do you mean the Tanger?
I
Yes.
assume so, yes.
That's right, Uncle Tanger.
See? Uncle!
Is he your uncle?
No,
Shut
but
the fuck
that's
up then.
Sometimes a title people give people.
He's
Ah!
in the area, looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak?
Sure thing.
Yeah, fangirl all about him. Don't worry.
This is amazing.
Well, he could be
Could you
dead.
wait for me for a second? I'll run Razi back to Gandharville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
He's probably just a fucking nerd.
Yeah. What?
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Even so, he must be more creative than most people.
Nah,
Nope.
fam.
His first story's
Hold
bombed.
on. Razi, do you mean you've met Tanja before?
Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
So yeah, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Tanger's your dad, as in you're Tanger's son?
Yes, that's what he said.
That's what my dad means.
Yeah, he's looking up Paimon like, you stupid bitch. Did you not just hear the words that be coming out of my mouth?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I have to do this delicately. Just go, uh-huh. Yeah. It's my dad.
Tanger brought his son along with him, so he meant Razi.
The son. You know, the son of Tanger.
We're putting all the pieces
Razi.
together.
Son of Tanger.
Yeah.
Why are you here on your own, though? Did
Tanger.
you and Tanger get separated?
Razi's son.
Father.
Father. Shit. Ah,
Wow,
God
you
damn it.
suck.
I do suck.
Dick!
No. I'll leave that to other people.
These nuts.
No. That's not even, you didn't even lean into that well.
I was upset, so I ran off here by myself.
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandaverville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are.
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Collei. I'm not so upset anymore. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
I like Razi's, like, sandal shoes.
Oh. Okay.
I like,
yeah, they look nice.
I like the, like, big cuff at the top.
Okay.
Yay! Thanks,
I think that's very,
I'm on that we'd be
very
lucky
Romanesque.
all day looking for him.
The cuff at the top?
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanger.
Oh.
He's like, ugh, fan people. Disgusting.
Disappointed.
Hey.
Oh, hey! I didn't. Okay, we got her. Boom!
Tanger headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
We got the girl.
Okay, I'm gonna beat up these fucking hilichurls real quick.
No, you can't. How mean. What did they do to deserve this?
Well, they existed.
Whoa! That's rude.
They existed next to a chest that I want.
Okay, well that is completely justified then. Whoa, you hit yourself.
That's okay.
Oh, well, he died in a fiery death.
Good. That's all he deserved.
Wow, these will come in handy.
There you go. What are you doing? Can't you just hit the thingy? What does that accomplish? You're now on a stone.
I want to be on the
Congratulations.
stone. What does this do?
I don't know. I don't see anything special going on. Yes.
I gotta get
Artifacts.
artifacts.
Is that a cat?
Looks like a cute little, like, cat.
Yeah, it does look like a cat.
It's the Pokemon cat.
Yeah, the grass cat. Grass girl and the grass cat.
No. Okay.
Okay, well you're doing this. I need to go do something. Sorry.
You always need to do something.
Kinda. Oh wow, that's a lot of hunters' bows. All the slots are full. Now you must sacrifice all these bows to the one bow.
To the one bow to rule them all.
Yes. Those aren't bows.
I know. I accidentally hit auto.
Oh. Oh my god, I didn't know you had so many doubles. Ooh yeah. Man, you got a lot of money.
That's because money doesn't really mean much in this game.
Yeah. There she goes.
I've got 2 Russ.
Apparently.
I'll have to add them together. Okay. Anyway, back with the quest.
Yes, we need to find a children's author so we can help give advice to people that are trying to sell a toy or statues, whatever you want to call them. Oh, she's already leveled up to level 20.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Neat.
Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Okay, well, you aren't exactly walking, but okay.
Hey, leave Kazuha's
Sure.
generic-ass lines alone.
Into the wind!
He tries his best.
He's like, this is what I say when it rains, even if I'm not taking a stroll. He's like, it's a stroll flight. It doesn't matter. So good at jumping. Oh, did you see the news?
No.
The Nintendo Direct.
Oh, yeah.
New Zelda game. Finally got a name
we
and a release date.
Yeah, we already knew about it, though.
Who did?
Everyone.
What do you mean? It just got a release date.
Everyone knew this new Zelda game was going to come out.
No, I know it's gonna come out.
And, like, I'm not going to be happy until they, like, reveal more.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
how do I do
easy.
this?
You go that way one. And then
Oh, I
you
see,
go
I see.
to the
Shut up.
Yeah. I know my directions don't help when all I say is that way, but
No, you suck.
ouch. And now it's a beautiful field of flowers.
Kinda.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
I don't know, one's a little bit less messy.
Razi! Where are you, Razi?
Someone's calling for...
Oh, Razi! Thank goodness I finally found you. What would I do without you, my son? Were you in danger? Did the wild beasts scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
Oh my god. So
I'm
dramatic.
pretty sure it's
okay.
none of those.
All thanks to their help.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino crocodile would be moved to tears by your kindness.
Wouldn't that just be crocodile tears then?
Yes, yes, it would.
It's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger. I'm the one who should thank you for creating so many wonderful stories for the children of Sumeru. I love them too.
I'm a child.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. That must mean you're still in touch with your inner child. Okay, then. I have the inspiration for my next story. It shall be about an aranara granny who's a child at heart.
Oh, shots fired.
Are you calling me a granny?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's an honor to become the
Ah,
source of your
suck up.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Collei looks like she's about to pass out. Hey Collei, are you okay?
She's getting too excited.
I'm okay. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes. The moment I saw you,
The image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind.
What the fuck?
No, we're just here for
Who
our
asked
job.
for my help? My sincerest apologies, but I have fans all over Sumeru. Trying to remember every last one is like trying to identify each grain of sand in the desert.
Your friends are all not your friends, but your fans are all kids.
Exaggerated view of what it means to be a children's author. Also, Paimon's not a finch. That's nothing to get excited about.
We tell the story.
Akara Crafts.
Oh, shut up. You know what we're talking about.
Oh, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory, but
Oh my
before
god.
long, floated away over the horizon, never to be seen again.
No wonder his kid's got a problem.
If authors talked like how they write, yeah, I would be sick of him too.
What? Paimon has no idea what he's saying. What should we do? Do you think we should get Tainari to take a look at him?
Knock him out, make him see some dreams.
Dad
Yeah.
forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Oh, that's what he meant. Well, there it is. All the proof you needed that this kid is definitely Tanger's son.
You can do the translations.
This isn't the time for all that. Tanger, your help is pretty vital to the toy makers. You gotta do something.
No more toy makers for the king.
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance. For therein lies the beautiful Padisara that all the children of Sumeru dream of.
Okay, so we're just gonna throw this guy into a burlap sack, right?
Right here in the Avidia Forest, conclusively proving that aranara not only exist in stories, but in real life too. If I manage to document the first real-life aranara sighting, the petty problems that perplex Akara Crafts will be untangled in no time. Meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia.
Oh my god.
All across Sumeru will know of the great Tanger living in humble Port
I didn't know he was this ambitious.
That sounded like an evil tirade.
Yeah.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. You also need a detailed and objective experiment record. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean by evidence of aranara activity?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanger never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Come with him.
Razi, your dad's a little bit much.
Collei, what's wrong? Nothing. But that way leads us deeper into the Avidia Forest. I'm just concerned for Tanja's safety. And I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
My dad's a dingus. The story of Razi.
Yeah, written by Tanger.
Just as I expected, the promise of one of my stories has kept you hot on my heels.
You walked like 20 feet, man.
This is just an ordinary tree hollow. Paimon's not seeing any evidence of aranara.
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. Look with your heart and you too will understand.
Paimon's not sure what look with your heart means. But anyway, let's start by investigating the area around this tree hollow.
I like how you could interject at any moment and be like, I've seen one of these fuckers before. I've seen an aranara.
They didn't give me that option.
I know, but that's technically something your character could do. If the option was there.
Hey, look! There's a note here! Could this be the evidence that Tanger was talking about? The handwriting's so can't remember the names of all these mushrooms.
This is Collei's notes.
Do
Yeah.
Aranara need to learn about mushroom classification?
That's why she didn't want to come over here.
Uh-huh.
Here's another note that says, "This tree hollow is my castle." That sounds more like something an aranara from the stories would say. There's another one here. If only I were a clever aranara. A
Well,
clever
that's not.
aranara. Is the emphasis on clever or aranara?
Got stones. Oh, you just destroyed that, you monster.
Thanks. Yo, Tanger, what's up?
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? Exciting, isn't it? The crude handwriting may look like a child's, but don't forget, we're in the middle of a rainforest. I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more that they would think of this lowly tree hollow as some sort of impenetrable castle. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact the Aranara's academia.
What?
The notes we saw were written by the Aranara themselves. There is no doubt in my mind about that.
The Arnar don't have an academia like that.
Like, come on, dude.
An Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a clever
Wow.
Aranara.
Collei putting her head down.
Yeah.
I shall craft a new story for them and call it The Aranara in the Tree Hollow. How's that? Don't the
Collei
very
just
words
fucking decks him.
conjure up images of Aranara in your mind's eye?
Nope.
But she wouldn't do
Well,
that.
many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess the invisible wings of imagination, making it hard for them to keep up with my train of thought.
Oh
What
my
a
god.
dick.
What? What? This guy.
How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar into the atmosphere on the wings of imagination?
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but maybe not. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me, so...
It has everything to do with you, Collei. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little...
Disappointing. You can say it.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
Just come out. No.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, overwhelming. Sure. Let's put it that
Overwhelming.
way.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Aranara appear in this hollow. Don't worry, I won't let the Akara Crafts toymakers down. When a real Aranara appears, their little troubles will be resolved in an instant.
Uh-huh.
They're little troubles, huh? Their business just depends on it.
Yeah, it's their 20th anniversary or something.
Looks like we'll have to stay here and wait a little longer. No, I think we should return to our camp first. Tanja, in Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think they'll show up if we stay here.
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah, yes, I remember now. Miss Forest Ranger, you sure know your stuff.
I wonder if the kid is the one writing the stories.
In that case,
yeah, he
let's
might
go
be.
back to camp and call it a day. We'll continue our search for evidence first thing in the morning.
Oodalali,
That-
oodalali.
That would be
Golly,
a
what
pretty
day.
big secret. So what, we're waiting around at a certain time?
Yeah, I gotta time travel. Wait, what time did it say? 4 the next day, between 0 and 4.
Ah. Well, don't worry. When we hit 88 miles per hour, We're gonna be there in a flash. Oh, okay then.
Traveler, wake up! It's not the aranara. It's Collei. She's gone.
Oh no.
Not our new
Been
friend.
worried about Collei since last night. Even though she kept telling us she was okay after we saw the evidence of aranara activity, she's been acting kind of strange. Anyway, let's go find her. Hey, look! Aren't these Collei's footprints? But why are they headed towards the tree hollow?
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
I got excited.
You're like a thing that I can fly away on.
So Collei came back here alone. Is she waiting for the aranara to show up?
And I thought this was a place nobody knew about. I never thought Tanger would find it, or that I would run into the Traveler in Paimon. If I'd known, I would have just told the tree hollow instead of writing it down. There must be another way to practice my handwriting.
Aww.
Aw, that's
I'm so sad for her.
this cruddy handwriting, and she's like, shit.
She must be protected.
Now I've created a whole new problem for myself. What do I do now? Dress up as an aranara?
No.
No, that won't work. I should be writing something that an aranara would never say, so that Tanger won't mistake me for one of them. But what should I write? What should I write? Oh, I've got it. There's no way Tanger could see this as the work of an aranara.
So the evidence of aranara activity we saw during the day was actually evidence of Collei's activity. But why didn't she just tell Tanger? Oh, right. Collei told Razi that he could tell any secret to a tree hollow. Must be because that's what she does. And now she even writes it down. Yeah, you're right. We'll keep her secret for her. Oh, looks like she's almost done writing. Let's head back.
Now what did you find? And he's like, evidence!
Aha! There's a new note just as I expected. Yes! It's the same handwriting, which means it must have been written by the same aranara. Let's see what it says.
Ooh, what could it be?
Indeed, what could it be?
I want to visit Mondstadt during the Ludi Harpastum again? No, that's impossible. This must be some kind of mistake. How could an aranara go to Mondstadt for the Ludi Harpastum? Even I would never write that into a fairy tale.
So, in other words, the notes can't have been left by an aranara.
Yeah. If you ask me, they were probably left by a passing merchant from Mondstadt or something. Definitely not an aranara.
No.
Wink, wink.
No, I refuse to believe it.
That doesn't help anything.
Despite his denial, falls into a deep silence.
I can't.
I'm a fraud.
What do you mean you can't? It's not like it'll take you a huge amount of effort.
You've written so many stories beloved by the children. I'm sure you can help create carvings that are just as successful.
I believe in you, Razi.
No! I can't do it. I thought that if I could find an aranara, I'd be able to help Akara Crafts. But it was someone from Mondstadt all along.
But you've managed to write all those stories without ever having seen a real aranara, right? What makes this so different?
Razi, you tell them.
Secrets.
Can I?
Yes, it's fine. Tell them. I know this is the moment you've been waiting for.
And he just stabs his father in the back.
Oh my god, that would be terrifying. And he's like, I'm the real Tanger.
Okay. Collei, Traveler, Paimon, do you remember when I said that there was a secret I didn't want to tell anyone?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I remember about like 10 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
But that's it. Everything else is a blur.
I didn't want to tell anyone the secret, but it made me feel very sad and also turned Dad into a completely different person. So, I think I should tell you. Dad isn't the one who came up with all those aranara stories.
What? Hold on. So if Uncle Tanger wasn't the author, then who was it? Wait, you don't mean...
Yes, we can see the twist a mile away.
I was the author the whole time, and he grows like 3 feet.
What?
Gets buff as hell.
Whoa, authors are a strange creature.
His stand comes out.
His stand comes out, his neck gets thicker.
It was me, Dio, the whole time.
You're right.
Dad's been telling stories in Port Ormos for as long as I can remember. I always got to listen to all his new stories.
But no one else liked them.
Every night, Dad would give me a Zaytun peach for dinner, and I'd eat it while he told his stories. The Zaytun peaches were delicious, but Dad's stories were really bad. He always uses sentences that are really hard to understand and strange, metaphors, I think they're called. But Dad kept on going, telling his stories again and again. Oh, one time, he even borrowed a camera from Lord Sangemabe's shop and got me to take pictures of him in action. Dad showed me the picture and said that it shall become the precious record of Sumeru's best storyteller early in his career. Even though I only had Zaytun peaches to eat and not so great stories to listen to, I was happy. Then one day, I tried telling Dad a story I came up with. Dad seemed really excited from the very beginning. He looked really happy. He lifted me up high into the air and told me to continue. He lifted me up so high that I was looking down at him. As I continued with my story, I saw his expression gradually change. And when I got to my favorite part, Dad started crying. I guess he must have been moved by my story.
No, he was sad at his own incompetence.
A little
When
bit,
Dad
yeah.
put me back down, I looked up at him again, but now he had a scary look in his eyes.
You remember it so vividly.
It was a traumatizing event. What can I say?
A little bit, yeah.
It's not only Razi. I too remember every detail of what happened that day. After that, I gradually grew in fame and started making money. I became Sumeru's best storyteller, just as I always dreamed. Finally, we could afford more than just Zaytun peaches for dinner. I thought it would make Razi happy.
I was really happy at first, but then everyone started calling me Tanja's son instead of Razi.
Aww.
I kind of guessed why, but I also didn't want to believe it. Dad got busier with things that had nothing to do with storytelling, like that request from Akara Crafts. So I made up my mind that this time, I just want to be good old Razi so that Dad will become good old Dad again. Instead of Dad the way he is now, starting every story with, "Dedicated to my dearest Razi." I prefer my dad how he used to be, stumbling over words and not knowing how to end the story. That's why I decided to keep how I imagine aranara to look like a secret.
Wait, Paimon gets it now. To sum up, all of Uncle Tanger's fairy tales were actually stories written by Razi.
Glad you're so keen on the update, Paimon.
Yeah.
And because Razi didn't want Tanger to keep living a lie, he refused to help him with the Kara Crafts commission.
Yes. That's why I tried looking for possible evidence of aranara. But it turned out that I was just being a clown, as always. And not even a funny one.
You, sir, are not a clown. You are the entire circus!
It'll be funny in retrospect.
What will
A
be funny?
terrible father. There's worse.
I'm sorry, Razi. I'm so sorry. And I owe you all an apology, too, for wasting your time. Razi's the only one who can help Akara Crafts. If you can manage to persuade him, that is. Right now, I think I just want to find a tree hollow and be quiet for a while.
Are we gonna let this happen?
You want me to help Akara Crafts with their carving? Well, I did mention what the aranara look like in my stories, but to make a carving, we might need more details. Collei, Traveler, and Paimon, I might need your help on this one. I've never really left Port Ormos before. This is my first time in Gandharvaville. Well, it's my first time being so far from home. Sumeru is so much bigger than I thought. Seeing new places has given me loads of new ideas for my aranara stories. So I want to visit more places in Sumeru. That way, I can help Akara Crafts create an aranara carving that everyone will love. And I also want to take pictures of Dad everywhere that we travel to.
You still want me to come with you? Even after all I've done?
Yeah, of course. Come on, you're the best dad ever.
Because you're the one I have.
This is the happiest Razi has sounded since we met him.
I want to thank you, Collei.
Huh? Me? I didn't do anything to help.
You told me about telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Even though I didn't have the time to find a tree hollow, telling everyone my secret made me feel so much better.
Yeah. It's hard to keep too many secrets. And there's no need to hide our mistakes from others all the time. I made a lot of mistakes back in Mondstadt. But when I look back on them, it all feels more like a new beginning. I'm sure this experience will be the same for Tanger.
Yes. I'll do my best to become a good father again. Wait. Did you just say you've been to Mondstadt?
Gig us up.
I just passed by once. Never mind that. Come on now. Akara Crafts is waiting for us. Let's go, Razi. Grab that camera and see what hidden inspiration you can discover along the way.
Okay, let's go. Come on, Dad.
Razi, slow down and watch your step.
Yeah!
Now we have blackmail on Collei.
Oh no.
Oh, we got a camera now.
Well, I mean, we always had a camera, but...
Oh, do we have to take a picture of those little guys?
The 20th anniversary of Akara Crafts is coming up. Paimon wonders what the...
Delicious food. Ooh. What's this? Oh. Oh. Oh boy.
Ah.
That seems like a lot. What is this? Oh boy. These events, man. Take pictures of rainforest creatures and assemble carvings? Collei's quest seemed complicated. You know what else is a metamorphosis of wood? What lumberjacks do.
Oh, cool. They have little, like, camera things.
Oh, okay, that's good. So you can actually find the creatures. At least that's helpful.
Oops.
Fully healed. Ooh, nice slide. Where are you going?
I have to take a picture of shroom borers.
Oh, okay.
And I saw one down here, but I guess it disappeared.
Are they up top or in the cave?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they're in the cave.
Yeah, that would be... Well, they're called shroom borers. But yeah, check up top first. Oh, there they are. Pokemon Snap. Ooh, a shaggy Sumter Beast? Is that what that was called?
What?
I don't know. Whatever you're gonna take a... Yeah, it is a shaggy beast.
Those guys?
I guess. They look pretty shaggy to me. Look at that face. Murr. Terror shroom? Like terror bird, but a shroom? That sounds intimidating. Forgot that they jump.
Wind knows me.
You can't run. Take this.
Into the wind.
And there's nothing they can do against Kazuha's wind attacks. Wait, did more spawn?
Yeah.
Oh.
One with nature.
I have to defeat 12, so.
Oh, okay.
The birds call.
Ow.
You're supposed to go for the bunny, you jerk.
That's cheating.
I like the way those mushrooms look. The one you're fighting right now.
No one escapes my sight. Punishment. Judgment. Take this.
Mean mushrooms. Fungal spores for days. No, that's all, folks.
All of the toys I can get and display.
Oh, cool. And then you assemble them all together. Okay, cool. Oh, you can give it a diviner hat? That's adorable. What's the currency that this is used for, though?
It's
you
the
get that?
currency. I'm doing the quests and stuff in this.
Oh, so it gives you some, and then you can assemble them. Oh, neat. I don't think I'd have the patience for that, but...
You? No.
I definitely won't argue with that. I would not. I'd be like, ugh, grinding.
Instead of looking at like new adventures to be had.
And there'd have to be a good as, you know, an incentive for me to do it, like getting Collei a new outfit, even though she's just been released. Oh my god, the mushrooms are way harder than these guys. Ooh, I like that guy's mask. And that's a cool looking Hilichurl mask, and he's dead.
Poor guy.
Yep.
A reward.
Poor guy coming across my path. I just had to murder him.
Pretty much.
Go, Barret Bunny.
Easy peasy for Amber.
Yep.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
She's our favorite fast girl.
I'll race you there.
That's a lot of coins.
Follow the wind.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That's why it's called Over the Broken Bridge. And you're supposed to get 10,000 in that?
In that one?
Yeah, that was one of the things, wasn't it? Maybe I was wrong. Oh, 1,000 points. Okay. Then you've completed all of them. Never mind. I just read it wrong.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head for that, oops. One I don't have yet.
Mm-hmm.
Our recent catch was great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
No grand feast for you.
Whoa, rude.
Into the wind. Time to go. One with nature.
Flying around this beautiful land. Isn't there supposed to be a desert somewhere?
Yeah,
Oh, I can start seeing the
it's
beginning
over
of
here,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Fascinating.
Into the wind.
Primo Jams.
And never get enough Primo gems.
Let it rest.
Primo gems are the best substance for an adventurer such as yourself.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Brings a smile to my face.
You're a mushy. Oh, don't take it? Okay, whatevs. Oh, those are big mushrooms over there.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Ooh, is that some rundown ruins over there? Other direction.
What? What are you talking about?
Are those ruins right there?
I think there's just like a little spot.
Just like a little spot.
I guess they're ruins. They look newer than that, though. They look. It just looks like an abandoned place.
Well, that's still ruins. There's places in Japan that have ruins that are just abandoned places from the 80s or 90s.
To my hammer.
The wind knows me.
You can't run. Lights out.
Dude, keep your Molotov cocktails to yourself.
Into the wind.
The hunting.
As one with wind and cloud.
My hammer. Picked the wrong test subject.
All of them saying their ending lines at the same time was just like, oh, okay.
Says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering.
Stupid fire.
Trying to get you to cook things. Ugh.
But I'm obviously not interested.
Time to go. The wind knows.
I heard your phone again.
I don't know how. It's not on vibrate.
Well, I heard a like boop sound, so.
A boop sound? There shouldn't have been a boop sound.
Unless I'm imagining things.
You are either imagining things or something from outside was heard, because I do have my window slightly ajar.
Time to go. Into the wind.
That's what the top of the mushrooms look like? Interesting.
These ones, anyway.
What's going on there? Oh, hilichurls.
Oh, there's a palace over here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes, palace. Neato. So how many gods are there in this world?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Or are the seven like a nebulous concept? What is the seven?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, well, like, kinda.
Doesn't Game of Thrones kind of also have the same thing going on?
Oh, in terms of, like, 7 gods.
Well,
But there's
not
more than
exactly
seven.
seven gods, but the thing where they're like, it's these gods that are based off of concepts, sort of thing, and they.
The wind knows me.
Whoa, okay, I don't know if he's gonna be able to make that. Dude, you know how many Assassin's Creed games got announced the other day?
2?
No, Assassin's Creed Mirage, a mobile game based in China, and it's like, oh yes, a mobile game. That's a service to China as an institution. And then there's also a German one, or most likely German, because it's called Hex something. So witch.
Yeah.
And the Japanese one. So Mirage, the Japanese one, which is codename Red or something. Then there's the one codename Hex, Hex Day or Hex, whatever it is. And then there's the mobile game, which is codenamed something else. Four. You can't tell me that all of those are going to be good.
One with nature.
Oh, and luckily, the studio that is working on Mirage is the same one that's working on... was the same one that worked on Valhalla. So hopefully the ones that are taking over the Japanese ones are the ones that worked on Odyssey.
I won't let you down.
Now, what are the animals I gotta take a picture of in this area?
I don't know.
Because there is a little picture thing.
What are they dancing around?
Strange bouncy mushrooms. They're just dancing, man.
I don't know, usually when you see them, you go into attack mode and are like, no joy here. They must be ended. Oh, it's a bouncy pad. Oh, that's considered a creature?
I guess.
Oh.
Well, mushrooms aren't exactly plants, but they're not exactly animals.
Yeah, that's true.
What the? Why is there still a camera thing over here? Oh, maybe there's more than one type.
Oh. Maybe some that bounce higher.
I'll race you there.
Nope. What could it be? You need photographs to do and whatnot. Where are the things to take the pictures of? Oh, ran away. Will those count as forest creatures?
The squirrels? I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like the squirrels are everywhere.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Maybe it will lead you to it.
No, it's just going to there.
Oh. Right.
Wow, these will come in handy. I'll race you there.
Bada boom! Another teleport. Waypoint. Ooh, there's the palace. Ooh, that looks nice and fancy. Is this where the Archon is like held up?
I don't know. I thought the Archon. Hey, Jalter-sama.
Oh, yo, what's up?
Didn't even notice there was chat going on.
Yeah, I didn't notice either.
I feel like running.
What is Jalter-sama doing in the chat that Nightbot got on them? I wonder, since I was not paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Well, welcome.
Or unless they left already. Who knows?
That could be. Oh. Almost got hit.
Race you there.
Nah, I'm all good.
The wind knows me.
Oh.
So what are you looking for?
I'm going to the next thing, and then I'm going to fight a plant.
Oh, okay. Whoa! Oh, whoa, okay then. Take a picture of that thing. Now take it a picture while it's attacking.
Nah.
I think you'll get extra credit for that.
Nah, I'm good.
Into the wind.
Oh, the boy's angry. Wow, that thing went down pretty quickly. Just get some raw meat from it. Cook that up a little bit later. Put some sauce on it. Be perfect. Oh, it's hostile.
It's traveling with some Fatui.
Oh, okay. At least they're trying to use local means of transportation. Sure, that helps the environment a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like sand troopers on Tatooine using dewbacks instead of, AT-ATs and everything. That's a really big mountain over there.
I wonder if I can make a whole one.
Maybe. I don't know. How many details can you give it? Are the details necessary? Or you just need the body and the head? Blacker hat. How do you assemble it now?
I don't know. I think at the shop.
Oh, that would make sense.
The toy place.
Yes. Then you can be like, this is how it's done, because I've actually seen one.
The grass here is glowing.
Maybe those bouncy mushrooms. I know they're enemies, but... Nope, I guess not. How rude.
Yep, no.
Well, it's not like they can chase you.
I mean, they can, but...
Well, they're not fast.
Bada bing, bada boom, here we go. Oh, it's saying it's down, though.
Oh, really?
Yup, yup.
No, there must be a cave.
There is, in fact, a cave.
Redendro thing, heck yeah! Bum diggity, what? Oh, those things, okay.
Shiver! You can't run! No escape!
So many effects all happening at once. Oh, that thing does look kind of mean.
Yeah, it's going to be mean.
Well, this is obviously a boss room, so... Oh! Oh, it looks meaner than I thought it would. Dang.
Lightning flash!
Ow.
Oh, okay then.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Oh, it started guarding itself. Since this is electricity based, what's good against electricity?
Is it? I don't know if it is actually. Oh, spark. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, yeah, it's been shooting lightning the whole time. What am I saying?
Yeah. But what's good against electricity?
Ice and pyro.
Oh, okay. I don't get the pyro part. I kind of get the ice part.
Cause you can like
overload it.
Overload it, yeah.
Okay. See, now for me the ice thing makes sense because batteries are less effective when it's cold. I know that's not a good justification either, but don't know how you didn't get hit by that one, but okay then.
Because I fought these plant guys before. Just not the electric one.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Ooh, Amber's pretty hurt.
I'm not even sure what I got hit by there. Okay. That was any other character except for Amber.
Oh, yeah. Bam. Bam. Heck yeah.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Do the damage.
One with nature.
Wow, once this thing goes down, it's takes a lot.
Yeah,
damage.
that's the whole thing with these guys.
They're durable until you get them to lay down. It's in its roots. So you just need to make it go to its face. It's in its face!
The face is certainly easier to deal with than the other
Yeah,
one.
the roots. Yeah, it's done for.
Into the wind.
Ay, ay, ay.
Cool. We defeated a boss.
A little, like, Regis Vine. Big Regis Vine, I mean, but, yeah. I didn't do the other things.
Oh, destroy the walking stamens and whatnot.
The waxing and waning. So I think those are the little things that float around it.
Oh. Interesting. That seems like a pain.
is back at the shop. Okay.
The wind knows me.
What's up here? Oh, it's because they were spamming caps. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Time to go.
More of these things. Are you just running away from it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Slimes!
Falling leaves, adorn my night, one with nature.
Oh, a Bits Mage too? I didn't know he was even there.
Judgment. What a nuisance. Yeah. Punishment. Let it rain. Hey.
And Amber's just getting beat up.
Yeah, Amber doesn't really have... I don't have her set up in a way that she's, like, very self-sufficient
Right.
in terms of healing and stuff. And I don't have, like, a healer in my party.
Yeah.
So those are problems.
Yeah, everyone but Amber is like, we heal ourselves.
Yep.
It's a large chasm.
There's the thing. Is that the thing? No, they don't spin.
An egg.
Where's this? Where's this dendro thing? Is it above me?
Perhaps.
Here's a different Dendro one.
Well, that's good. There is something going on in that mushroom. I just don't know what. Good thing they made that that system, whatever you call it, where you can go into that little orb thing and then go to the thing, because otherwise, oh, the verticality of this place.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even Kazuho wouldn't be able to conquer it on his own.
Wow, I don't know about that.
It would take forever to get places.
Into the wind.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, there's a lot of them. No, don't lose Amber. Pop them bubbles.
Ah, so dumb.
You let Amber die.
Well, she's the way the auto attack is set up for archers sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, come on, let me hit the ones I want to hit instead of just fucking.
Yeah.
But when I'm aiming, I'm getting hit by the dumb little bloop bloop thing.
Yep.
Da da dun 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 da 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 da.
Into the wind.
Shiver.
Oh, that's where it is. I thought.
Oh, I guess that's a creature.
I guess. Da 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 da.
Interesting.
Take this.
with nature.
I was about to say, you're stuck on that chest for a while.
My knight.
Is this an answer from this world?
Beep it bop 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 bop. Beep it bop bop bop.
Just unlocking waypoints at this
Yeah,
juncture?
I'm doing waypoints, and then I'll go back to the shop.
Oh, okay.
Man, one of these. Where's the other one?
Into the wind. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Punishment. Thunderclap.
The wind knows me.
Man, that thing's big.
No escape. Lightning slash.
Withering Zone.
Yeah. Not exactly fun times.
No, haven't been in one of these in a while though. I don't like how it flies.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Did it dodge it?
You can't dodge it if you're in it.
Oh, okay.
Judgment.
Into the wind.
Die already. This thing is getting
Yeah.
bad.
Jeez. That was ridiculous. How long it took to kill that thing.
Is this an answer
Ugh.
from this world?
What a nice bridge. Would be a shame if somebody went Indiana Jones on it.
Cut it.
Yeah. Collei in hell. Ugh.
Wind knows me.
Not some of the best writing. You're like, I'm an adventurer. I see a chest with a thing around it. I want to go there.
Where's the next? Over there. Over there.
No, don't do it.
Over there. Over
No,
there.
stop.
Over there.
Stop. No. Don't mention that horribly sung World War I era song.
Okay then.
What's okay then?
I guess it's a puzzle one.
Yeah, because there wasn't any enemies around it.
No activating enemies, yeah. Over there.
They'd have to program a bridge fight, and they didn't want to do that. Oh, listen to the birds chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Chim chimney, chim chim, chim chim chiroo.
That's completely different.
It's time to start sucking the life out of you.
Yeah, no, that's what the withering's doing.
Or vampires.
Or vampires, yeah. A chimney sweep vampire.
Can I come in?
You're right, exactly.
It's actually not. That's actually not a bad gig.
It's really genius if you think about it. Bam.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that's a nice area. I like it. I like the visual of it. Peaceful. Nice and peaceful.
What do we got? Well, I got all those. So, time to come back here. And then we can build a silly little statue thing.
Yeah. So big and nice looking.
Oh, Sumeru?
Yeah. No offense to where the Shogun's from. Sorry, I just blanked on the name of it.
Inazuma.
Inazuma, yes. No offense to Inazuma, but it didn't look as fun to traverse.
It's a lot of islands, is the thing.
Well, it's a lot of islands, and you have to do the waypoints to get there. For this actually seems like it's fun to move around on. Down the lone path. Wow, you did a good job on that one.
Yeah, I got them all.
Oh, is this a hostile robot, or is it just one that's decrepit? I guess it's hostile.
Oh, this one can fly?
Oh, they fly now?
I mean, there are flying ones, always have been, but...
I know. I just wanted to make shit out of that line. Oh, you put it on its butt.
Take this.
On its little bitty butt.
Bellowing thunder. I'll race you there.
Now, are these left over from the civilization that we saw fall? Or is it from... Oh, okay. Wow, they really had a diverse thing going on there. They got automatons, they got giant automatons.
These guys are like no problem for Amber at all.
No, Amber's just like, oh, just line up the shot. And the rest of the team does all the up-close damage. Too easy.
Too easy.
Ooh, I like the sound.
Stepping on the...
Yeah.
It must be above me.
Follow the wind.
Or below it.
Majig.
Oh, it's right in the center of the eye.
Nice. What a pain.
Yep. Okay, I'll ignore that for now. Just take note.
Time to go.
Take note that is within the eye.
Oh, whatever. I missed 2 of them.
You fool. I think you still passed the thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all of them. It just wasn't perfect. You got an A tier, not an S tier run.
The wind knows me.
You know what I like about this game? The soundtrack. And the soundtrack being used very frequently. There's one thing that I noticed in my recent playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition is that the soundtrack likes to just sleep for a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like...
And it's like, hey, don't do that. Oh, we got more dudes in an arena.
I'll ignore that. Yeah, I would say, like, Breath of the Wild suffers from that a little bit as well. Like,
yeah.
The soundtrack just not being as strong as it could. Because the music's all good, but you barely notice it most of the time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that in Inquisition, the soundtrack is actually phenomenal, but it just isn't noticeable and doesn't pop up frequently at all. It's only like when they're setting a scene for something, but when you're exploring the area, it goes away. And it's like, why? Just have the music throughout.
Yeah.
It sounds good. You're still trying to get to that one waypoint, right?
I found the one I was going towards. Now I gotta go to another one.
Oh, for a second, I thought Amber was gonna run out of stamina.
Nah, she's all good. There's one up there.
Ugh, that's a while.
At the top.
It's a climb. I also feel like the ambient sounds in this game are also more present. Oh, that's so convenient. That was the peaches Razi was talking about.
Yeah. I picked up some right before we talked to him, too, so I kind of knew what he was talking about.
A lot of dendro stuff. Yeah, it's on that really big hill.
The tall one. Oh, man. Really wasn't interested in it, but fine.
They attacked you, you must retaliate.
Time to go.
One bad mushroom.
I'll keep this close.
What's that little dude with the twirly copter?
What are you talking about?
By the hut. No, hut.
He's a little, he's one of those little aranara guys.
Oh, I didn't know they hung around in the open like that. To see if you can take a picture of him after you finish this puzzle.
I'll keep this close.
Oh, he
He's
disappeared. The hell is that?
Into the wind.
Where did these guys come from?
From the plants I picked.
Oh, okay.
The wind knows me.
Lights out. You can't run.
Into the wind.
smells.
Boom.
I honestly thought there was going to be more of a puzzle to it than that.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too, but apparently it's just pick the plants, get other plants angry at you, and then win. Makes it real simple.
Oodalali, oodalali. That's the way down, but I want to go up.
One with nature.
Such tall mountain.
Yeah.
But not the tallest.
No, of course not.
I've already conquered that.
Hi, Rothgar.
I mean, what's it actually called? I don't remember. I'll have to look at the map.
I don't remember either.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Oh, it's right there. Just fly past these guys. Down into the port I go. I bet there's stuff on those ships.
Probably. Man, I looked up the troll again from the Rings of Power. Man, it looks good.
Port Ormos.
Port Ormos, we're here now. Good, good, good. Drop. No. Oh, I thought you were gonna break your back on that one part of the trunk. And then you'd get up like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man being like, my back.
I got the same one again. When will I get the chubby, squishy one? I guess I'll just have to save up my allowance and get them all.
Huh? I thought you came here every day. Have you still not collected them all yet?
Oh, I guess it's taken off.
You get 7 different designs of heads.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. That's what you do when you really love something.
The two different types of collectors.
Yeah, the gotcha ones and the ones that are like, nah, fam, I'm just gonna get the set.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but the one Cassie bought was our very last carving. We're out of stock today, but we're working on expanding our team, so please check back tomorrow.
Fine, I'll come back tomorrow. Just so you know, aranara carvings are more than just stock.
Whoa.
Yeah,
right.
These
All right,
kids
I'm
flipped.
Sorry, buddy. Our aranara carvings have sold out for today.
Sold out? Oh no. I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's visiting tomorrow.
Hey, how about this? You live near Razi's house, right? We'll deliver the new carvings to you first thing tomorrow.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Fies. Don't forget, okay?
I promise. Akara Crafts would never let down a child.
My hand is massive.
Yeah. I get what you're talking about with the
More customers.
the sandals.
Sorry, our aranara carvings have.
You know,
Like
the
his
cup.
sandals, regular old sandals, they're shit.
But the kids, it seems like all the
Hey,
kids have the
it's
ones
you
you're talking
guys.
about.
Thank you so much for your help. We've been planning on visiting you to express our gratitude, but as you can see, our store's been really busy.
Does the traveler even have an address?
The store's anniversary might have been a
No,
different
she checks in with
story.
Catherine though. That's how.
Ah, that makes sense.
It's all thanks to Razi. He has so much creativity at such a young age. Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype aranara as a small token of appreciation.
I don't want it.
Whoa, wait.
It looks fucking heavy.
Looks kinda...
Mind blowing.
mind-blowing. It has a very, mysterious feel.
She wasn't here to see it the first time.
Appreciate your thought, but please give us some time to decide if we want to keep it.
Tanger and Razi.
The aranara father owned up to his mistake and was forgiven by his aranara son.
Aranara.
Yeah.
I think everyone will like how the story goes. But the reason the father owned up to his mistake was too simple.
Perhaps we could make them go through some kind of hardship together. I'm sure they'll become more understanding of each other that way. The aranara father will feel guilty after seeing his son work hard.
When the aranara father starts feeling guilty, should he speak more slowly or more quickly?
That depends on the aranara son. It would be interesting to hear them speak at different paces.
Hey, Tanger and Razi, what you up to?
Story stuff.
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people. That's why I'm asking Dad for advice.
Oh, Sumeru's gonna have a new young storyteller.
If it weren't for you, Razi would surely have left me for good.
I'm so glad everything worked out.
And that just shows communication is key.
Oh, what is it? Do you need help investigating something? Why would a monster leave a note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia forest?
Oh, Paimon. Blackmail.
From this topic. It was just a coincidence. A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all. Okay. I have my secrets and troubles too. And I tell them the tree hollows. But seeing Razi and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
What? I guess. Ah. You get to make your own little diorama. Blue torso. Blue head. They're gonna be so diviner looking. And eyes. What a class act.
let me know if you decide you want to keep the prototype aranara, and we'll go get it from the warehouse at once.
He's really trying to get rid of that thing.
Oh, so I can do the shop here as well.
Oh, nice. Doesn't really make a difference, but... Lamed.
Da-da-dum. Well, I think that pretty much completes that then.
Yeah. So we gotta try to start the Archon thing, or leave that for a different time? Oh, excuse me.
I mean, technically, I could still do a lot of like the
Explory stuff.
Yeah, the Graven Innocence stuff. I could do this quest too.
Treasures beneath the vines.
Yeah, it's like a little quest, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
We shall see. Yeah.
And then we'll do a poll.
Classic. Love doing polls at the end.
It's been a while. Bumming around the world? Ah, how nice.
Yeah, that's totally what we do. We just bum around.
Oh, this grants you access to get the green one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Primo Gems.
Never get enough Primo Gems.
Yep. Let's get the green one.
Ooh, Sealy.
Still so much I have to explore.
There is a lot. This is a big area.
I mean, look at all these things I don't have yet.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I still don't have one of these at Port Ormos.
Well, you should probably do that one. At least.
Take this!
Into the wind. Clouds high.
So many different kind of mean shrooms.
Shiver! Lightning flash!
That's a mean combo.
One with nature.
You can't run!
You missed!
Take this!
Into the wind. A fateful offering.
How exquisite. 10 Primo Gems.
Primo Gems!
Oh, you can't get me enough of them Primo Gems!
Wow, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I know, but Primo Gems do that to people. Turn people into monsters, into whales.
Whaleless?
Yeah, whales. Growing up, if you hear whales, you're automatically like, why would they name a place after an animal?
That's not...
And then it's like, I wish I didn't think about it that way, but you're a kid, so of course you're gonna.
Goina?
Gonna.
Goina?
Goina.
What? I don't like that laugh.
Yeah, just think about something stupid. It's fine. Oh. Wait, is that palace the one we're on the other side of that?
Currently.
Close call. Almost fell into the water.
The wind knows me.
where is the last one?
Right there.
There it is. Oh, that was easy. Treasure ahoy. I don't know if there's any more in this direction.
The wind knows me.
Yeah, where did the other ones go?
Follow the wind.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, there's one.
One with nature. Time to go.
Boing.
well, I'm glad they're broken up into like different style
Brings a
events,
smile to my face.
Oh, yeah.
not just fighting every time.
Mm-hmm. That would get old.
Oops. Whoa!
I'll race you there. Thunderclap! Lightning slash! Light out.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
No one escapes my sight.
Well, that was easy.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amp.
One with nature. Time to go.
And I think there's one on top of that hill.
No,
Not
what's
that
on the
one.
hill is
Oh, it's a Sealy?
yeah,
Oh,
Into
okay.
the wind.
and a little dendro thing.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh. Located the treasure. The treasure in this area. This one might be a fight.
Yeah.
The wind knows me.
Yeah. Punishment.
These guys.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. Brings a smile to my face.
Exquisite chest ahead. We're so good at treasure hunting.
We're okay.
I was hoping there'd be a bounce pad or something. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
That's exactly the opposite of what you should have done.
Time to go.
Hey, don't bully me.
I'm not bullying you.
Where's this thing?
What do you mean? The ceiling? It flew off.
No. There's
Oh, no.
This supposed to be a dendro thing over here.
There are green things that flew off in different directions.
Those aren't dendro. I mean, they are, but they're the moths.
Follow the wind.
Oh, then, I don't know. Maybe if you catch them, you get the main thing.
No. That's not how those work. These are just like
I
in the
don't
world.
know. Oh, okay.
The wind knows me.
Oh, it's down.
Oh, that looks far.
What? Okay.
Don't mind the jank.
Well, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Apparently.
Okay, well, I'll come back to that later.
Oh, that's hilarious to watch. Just float up with the waterfall. Lead us to greatness, Seely. Is it the bird?
No.
Nope.
They just go to their little statues at their little homes. And they like to lead us through trouble.
Yep. But these guys are easy trouble. You're on fire.
Thanks. I know I'm so good
I just
at the
wanted
game.
to make sure. Oh, fuck you.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh. Oh, right. You know what to play? The score is not mastered yet. You're just going through the scales.
Yeah, but it's not telling me what to do.
Yeah, because it says you have not mastered that score yet. You probably have to complete the one quest where you have to go into Aranara Hollow or whatever it's called.
Lame. Yeah, probably.
And then they'll be like, and here's our song. And then you'll be like, oh, thank you, Master Aranaras.
Well, this seems like a good spot.
To have a picnic? Yeah, it looks beautiful.
We'll do a poll.
Poll time, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, it changed. We don't have the same people to pull from.
Oh, really?
So we can either do Kokomi or Ganyu. Personally, I like Ganyu a lot, so...
Okay. Well, I hope you get Ganyu, but I also would like if the merchant girl was gotten.
Oh, the, like, genie-esque girl.
Yeah. The person that sits on slimes
We'll see. I mean, pulling a 5 is probably unlikely, so...
True.
Yeah, no 5.
Always the optimist. And you're like, it's called being a realist.
No, I know it's not a 5 because it's still purple.
I know.
If it's a 5, it'll be cold. The meteor. What the fuck?
That is a sword.
Yeah, it is.
With a clock on it?
I have a feeling I got no characters, just that bloody sword.
Maybe. It's what it seems like.
Yeah.
No! You should at least be guaranteed one character.
You're guaranteed 1 4-star. That's what you're guaranteed.
No, you should at least be guaranteed a character and a 4-star.
Let's see. I'll give the big time sword to her.
Where is it?
Damage
Oh, yeah, that
shield.
matches her very well, actually. That looks very nice.
Generates a shield which absorbs damage up to 20% of max HP. This shield lasts for 10 seconds or until broken and can be triggered once every 45 seconds while protected by a shield. The character gains 12%.
So basically, Noelle becomes more tanky.
I think so.
Dope. It's like you don't use her that often, but still, it's cool. Yeah, use the Buster Swords. Level 20. My God, you have a lot of those.
Yeah, I haven't been using them that much, so I have a lot saved up, which is good.
Yeah, that is good. Ooh, now it matches her even more.
But I cannot ascend again.
And what's this sword called? Oh, look, it looks perfect.
The only thing is, like, the blue is, like, the only thing that doesn't really match.
Yeah, true.
The bell.
The bell. I mean, the bell tolls for somebody, that's for damn sure.
Nice. She finally has something, like, that kind of matches.
Yes.
What level are you again? Noelle's only level 40. Okay. So the weapon is at a good level.
It's maxed for right now, yeah.
Well, no. Technically, I can get the... If I have all the stuff, I can just get the weapon all the way up, no matter what level she is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's neat. So she'd just be hitting above her pay grade.
Yes. Oh, no, I can't. I'm missing things. I've no one with 10 friendship yet. Sadness.
Really?
Yeah. 8. Oh, I could do another poll.
You could do another poll?
I could.
Yeah, let's do 2 polls. If you want. I'm not gonna force you.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do.
You can leave it for next time.
Yeah, I think I'll just leave the poll for next time.
Okay.
I don't like polling more than once
Understandable.
in a thing. Cause like.
Or understand a poll. Ha 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 ha.
Because I know this is like all the shiz I have currently.
Yeah. Well, then I would say wait.
So next time I could do 2 polls, but it'd be in 2 different things.
Oh, okay.
Because I just got a blue thing that I did.
Oh, and you're like, I kind of want Mona.
Well, you could get a lot of people. These are just the ones that are like...
Oh, like everyone?
Yeah.
But certain people, the people that are pictured just have stuff that's up.
These are the people that are they're always going to be in this. So like Mona's the 5-star.
Oh, okay.
That you can pull from this. Almost all the other 5-stars, you need to wait for special things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think, yeah. So like Venti and Jean and like.
Right. Okay.
Pretty much everyone.
I like her look so much.
It's a lamp.
Of course it's a lamp.
She is cool looking.
She is cool looking. Whoa, whoa, what's up with Mr. Boring over there?
This guy?
Him.
He's the brother of Ayaka.
Oh, okay.
He's her older brother.
Oh, they look related.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kamisato Ayaka. Kamisato Ayato. He's drinking boba! What the fuck?
I'm glad that we saw that.
Yeah, I think I've actually got a story quest. Yeah.
For him?
Yeah. It's unlocked and everything.
Ooh, okay.
So, sometime in the future we can do that story quest.
Quest?
Quack.
Sorry, quack? Quack,
Okay.
quack?
Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and whatnot. Check out the YouTube button below to check out the YouTube channel for VODs and all that fun stuff. Follow if you enjoyed the stream. That's it. Bye, everybody.